Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're going to be taking you through a workout with Regran Grimes. You guys all know I coach Regran. He's 7 days out from the Mr. Olympia. So we're going to show you guys what a workout looks like 7 days out from Mr. Olympia. We'll talk a little bit about, what the last couple weeks has looked like leading into the Olympia. And while we're down in the Olympia, I'm going to be trying to do some, documenting the process of dialing Regran in. So it should be pretty cool. So we're probably going to do some supersets today with biceps and triceps. So let's get this workout started.
The body just works so much better when you're low body fat.
Oh yeah, you feel everything.
You see the change physically, like you can actually see it.
You isolate
from day to day.
every little muscle.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Always like superset. Always been a fan of supersetting biceps and triceps. Just really like the feeling of the arms just being so full of blood. I feel like I'm just able to get a better contraction. I've always got my best results this way. And today, like you guys, if you saw my other videos, we're basically doing 2 to 3 warm-ups. Just getting blood moving in the muscle, priming the muscle. And then our last set will basically be bringing to failure. And then using sort of any technique, whether a rest pause, whether it's a drop set, anything to just further increase intensity and drive more blood and create more hypertrophy in the muscle. So this is our second warm-up. I feel like I'm ready for my working set. So we'll rest about a minute and a half, get ready, and we'll perform this working set. So as I'm failing, I start doing partials. Oh, and that is failure. I really love this this piece by Panada. It's tons of tension over the counterbalance. You really have to control it. A lot of people with this machine, if you use like too much body momentum, the counterbalance will take over. So use really strict form here. It's one of my favorite machines. And you can keep your wrist really straight because these are on a swivel and they rotate. So tons of tension on this one. Like as soon as you pick it up, like right here, there's just so much tension on the bicep. So you're able to still, even if you work in this range, the fully lengthened range, is so much tension. So it's a great machine, one of my favorites. So this prep has been really cool for Regan because Regan made basically the move down to Burlington. And I feel like Regan being in an environment here around all the guys, Antoine, Quinton, Frank, like all the pro bodybuilders here, Robin Strand, Mike Van Wyck, all these guys under one roof. I feel like the community and the environment we created here just sort of pushes everyone to work harder. So it's really cool to see the time that Regan's been here. His training has been kicked up a level. Everything, his consistency, his nutrition. So it's really cool to see him dieting down now and seeing how much new muscle and tissue he's actually put on and he's able to retain from dieting down. So I think he'll be on stage this year at the Mr. Olympia about 10 pounds bigger. But not only bigger, he's going to be harder, he's going to be drier, he's going to have better quality muscle. So really looking forward to seeing the package we can bring to the stage in 7 days. Feels, you look like you're getting a great stretch on the way down. You're planted. It's almost like you're wearing an arm blaster.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Literally.
Yeah. Good.
Turn that pink.
Just use these for field sets. Just 8, 9 reps per. Really good. You can really see his bicep working as he rotates around. Go boom, right to the peak contraction. That's one thing with Regan. He worked on this year was really bringing out the peaks of his biceps. He always had big arms, thick arms. So when he would stand like this, he had thickness to the bicep. But as soon as he would like go up, the peak wouldn't peak and the belly of the tricep wouldn't drop. So now when he's holding his frontal bicep, you're gonna notice like more peaks, more drop, belly drop in the tricep.
I think it's just more just focusing on the mind-muscle connection, finding that spot
Yeah.
where I can actually get
connect.
that squeeze,
You
and then
connect
just
to
keep rolling with it.
Yeah, have you found like more like preacher curl variations have been good for that?
Yeah. All unilateral
Yeah,
for me. I don't know. It's like
that's like me too. I love like anything that's preacher curl based, like whether it's a dumbbell, whether it's a key. I love like preacher curls always from the very beginning.
yeah.
Good. Really push through the palm, right through. Good stretch across the body. Good. That's good. So this set is just a field set, just warming up the bicep, getting it ready for our challenge set. Really curling that with the pinky around, getting that squeeze. And on the way down, let it pull away from the body and fully stretch. Oh, come up, squeeze hard. Let it stretch the bicep, pull the bicep. Sometimes I even rotate at the very bottom. We'll even do this to fully lengthen and stretch the bicep. All the way up, curl around. Cross body, and we'll be driving through the long head, the tricep, right at the back here. Drive right through, squeeze. Drive right through, squeeze. My opinion, my better tricep, even though I tore the tendon on this one. Still really light, just getting the blood in there, increase the weight.
I took out eggs from the breakfast for like, was it 2 mornings?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, like inflammation in my face, and like I just like even in my joints. I was just gonna bring it up because I was just doing the tricep extensions, and I've been having a lot of pain in my elbows. And it's 2 days now with no eggs.
Yeah.
And I had no pain in doing it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I was gonna ask how much does, you know, when you have an allergy of a food, how much does that reflect in the inflammation in your body and how you feel?
Yeah, it can play a huge role. Like if you have it, you can build allergy to eggs. So if you overeat them, some people, like the best thing to do is go get a food test, see what food sensitivities you have. Because if you're eating any foods on a daily basis over a long period of time that don't agree with your body, that are creating maybe inflammation, it's just going to affect your training, affect your recovery, affect the way you feel. You know, like Regan, you have allergies.
Yeah, like I have allergies to dogs.
You were getting allergy type symptoms.
Yeah.
To the eggs.
Literally swelling.
You know, it was getting worse and worse and worse, and we're trying to figure out like what is causing this.
Variable, and how do you
Is this
figure
like
that
a supplement we put in? Is this what is going on? And
like
then it was,
digestion started to get worse.
Yeah,
and then,
so
just so like it feels
he
really
actually
good.
caught it himself. He was like one morning he didn't have the eggs. He was like, "Yo, like I feel really much better." And then I was like, "Shit."
I was like, it's got to be something. Something's going on here. It's like I'm lean and like, why is my face like having swelling randomly?
Even when we had like high days or cheat meals, and he had something like say a cookie that had eggs in it,
so we did a
that
big
even
cookie.
made him
that I was
allergy
swollen all
effects.
in my uvula, underneath my neck. And,
Yeah.
And so it was obviously something, but I'm just so happy that we found it
So,
before
8
Olympia.
days,
So
8,
we're
9
not
days out.
doing like, you know,
Yeah.
300 rice and 3 eggs with steak, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we won't do that.
It's crazy.
And we won't have, you know, cookies with that are cooked, that have egg in it.
Yeah, no, but that's just huge. I was thinking this morning, I was like, you know what? Like, I got to do a video on like food allergies,
Seriously.
and like we document it. Go to a
It
doctor.
should be easier
do
for
the
us to
food
go and
allergy.
do it, like, you know.
yes, there's got to be someone in everyone's sort of town or city where they can go to and test their.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
seriously
mean?
like as a
Huge.
as an athlete, like
Yeah.
we should know these things. Why all year I have eggs for
You're
breakfast.
spending hard-earned money on
And my
it, and
body
like
is
all the
like-
time and effort you put in your training. And
You want your body to be working on an optimal level. It's
yeah,
like,
just doing 10 reps. We're gonna save it for our hard set. I'm really confident with this style of training, and I made all my biggest results. I did this, so I'm excited about the next 9 weeks leading to the Toronto Pro qualifier to see how much size and muscle I can put on between now and then. And then if I ever want, you know, variety or switch it up, that's when Mike Van Wyck over there, we get him to put us through a workout, lots of supersets, and lots of different exercise selection. Good. That's it, man. Perfect. Doesn't get any better than that. Come on. That's it. Come on. One more. Come on. One more each arm. Come on. Come on. One more. One more. Come on. Focus. Come on. Up. Good. Drop and scrub. That's it. Good. Don't be scared to do partials. Work in that bottom range. Yeah, right there. Right there. Keep it in there. Keep it in there. Nice. Good job. This style of training is great for if you're trying to grow, because like there's less overall volume work sets, and like I feel like when it's more direct, or you're not wasting energy on like bullshit sets and you're warming up, you're going to be able to put more into that working set, and then all the calories you're eating throughout the day, if you're trying to grow, are, you know, there to be able to facilitate the growth, the recovery. And then again, if you're prepping and you're on limited resources, I feel like it's also very beneficial, because you know, you're limited resources when it comes to calories, when it comes to energy, how much expenditure you can put out. So I feel like it's very beneficial for both, you know, if you're trying to grow off season or even pre-contest. But obviously every type of training style has its place, right? There's not one way that's better than another, or like they're all good, they all work. So this is just one that I really enjoy myself. and I've had really good success with it. What I'm gonna do is 7 reps each arm. I'm gonna take about 5 deep breaths, and this is called a rest pause set. So I'm gonna use the same weight, try to get a couple more reps per arm. I'm really feeling that tension. I like the weight, so I'm gonna stick with that. We'll try and get a total of 10 reps to 7. We'll try and get another 3 reps each arm here. A hard contraction. And when I do this style, I try to actually record it. So I write it down in my notes. So that way next week, I know exactly what I did. And you know, I can try and push or increase the intensity, whether it's a little more weight, whether it's another rep, whether it's, you know, whatever it is. If I want to switch it up and not do a rest pause, but a drop set, I just want to know in my notes, you know, just so I can make the proper, you know, adjustments and continue to shock the body and continue to grow. Just warming up the biceps here. They're warm, but for this particular movement. This is my baby bicep, smaller one. No veins in this one. Vegan's gonna do the Atlantis push down here. He really likes this one. It's a really good machine. I'm gonna do like a body weight assisted depth. Nothing. I just sort of put a little bit on. I just like the feeling for some reason of that sort of leading the way, assisting me with my feet on it. It just like puts my feet in a good path where I feel a lot of tension on the tricep. During my workouts, so I basically start sipping 2 scoops of pre-HD, 15 grams of EAAs, and my quarter teaspoon of sea salt. That's something that I've been doing for a long time now. I'll continue to do it. I really like to prioritize the workout for performance, for getting the most out of the workout, you know. So I think it's really important for your nutrition around your workout to be optimal. So, you know, you won't see me sort of giving my clients too much post-workout cardio or anything like that, because I want the workout to be basically just about performance and getting the best workout possible. Our cardio, we keep the morning or the evening away from the workout. Tomorrow, we're going to be shooting Quentin. He's looking absolutely insane. put a lot of hard work in this year in the off season. We started his prep really far out this year, just so we can come down very, very slowly. And he's looking incredible. That's the thing, right? Every athlete's different, and you have to find, how to get the most out of each athlete. Some guys like to do short preps, low calories, but it doesn't work for everyone, right? You have to find what works for the client. And when you look at Regran, or you look at Quentin, or you look at Antoine, everyone's diet is very, very different in the setup because they're all different people. So there is no like cookie cutter approach, like one size fits all. A good coach is someone who can figure out anyone's body. But I mean, it can be challenging. There can be times where there's been times with me where I've had a hard time figuring out a couple people. So it's the name of the game. On to the next step. Okay, so these are two of my favorite movements, just camper bar, creature curls. Love the tension on this, love the way it feels on the negative, come up, squeeze hard contraction. And I like to superset these with, slight incline skull crushers. The skull crusher works the long head of the tricep very well. It's a great stretch, great squeeze. You have to be very careful with it because I feel like a lot of people load the weight too heavy and then they end up hurting their elbows. So I'll show you guys how I do it to minimize any risk of injury. I really let the weight pull my biceps. You're pulling it down. Push to the palms. I usually don't use thumbs, so I can really, really palm it. A game time decision right now. So basically, I felt it when we were doing push downs. I haven't done dumbbell presses, heavy dumbbell presses on chest in a very long time. I haven't done a shoulder day in a very long time. And this week, I did both because I was training with Regran. I like dumbbells, so I incorporated them in my routine. But yesterday, we did heavy shoulder presses on the Arsenal Strength shoulder press. So I can feel my elbow and tricep is a little bit, whether it's inflamed or from all the pressing movements. So I'm not going to push it on the skull crusher because I feel like the risk of injuries is too much. So I keep it to 80 pounds and just work within that 12 rep range. Just because you have a plan going in, you have to learn how to sort of dodge and weave sometimes and make changes on the fly if things aren't feeling right. So I'm going to make that change to the rest of the training today and just stick with 80 pounds. It's not worth pushing and then irritating that tendon or tricep or whatever. Like I was saying a little bit earlier with Regran making the move down to Burlington, training at Pure Muscle and Fitness, I'm really excited because I've known Regran since he began sort of competitive bodybuilding. I saw him at one of his first shows and I went up to him, congratulated him, told him he has the potential to be one of the best in the world. I feel like Regran is still in a position to do just that. I know he's got a fire lit under his ass right now. He's in a really good spot in his life now. He had some major things going on, and he's moved here. And I feel like next year after this Olympia, if he can devote the full off season, just 100% bodybuilding and treat the off season as if it's a pre-contest. Because I truly believe if you want to be the best in professional bodybuilding, there needs to be periods of time where your off season is just as serious as a pre-contest to put on that muscle mass. So we're going to put a really awesome plan in effect for after the show. Make sure Regran's growing and show up next year with another 10 pounds of muscle. Pretty cool to see Regran change this year and the differences he's bringing to the stage. So this morning I was in a rush. I had to go get my COVID test because we're leaving for Olympia on Sunday. So I had Rachel come downstairs to shave my back for me because I knew I want to wear a tank top for today's video. Shave my arms. Watch this. But didn't have time for the stomach. So everything's all shaved. I got a hairy stomach. So when I get home, I'll trim her up. And I got snow pants on for legs too. The legs down, full hair. That is today's video. I am almost 9 weeks out from the Toronto Pro Qualifier. I'm really excited about that. I have some traveling to do. Going to the Olympia Sunday to Wednesday. Undecided if I'm going to be going to Reno for another show that Regan's doing after the Olympia, possibly. I got a whole bunch of other athletes competing, like Juji, Val, Emerson, Cody, and the amateurs. The last couple weeks with Regan, basically we've been sort of depleting him down and then doing like 1 to 3 high carb days and filling him up. So we have a good gauge, a good read on how his body responds to a carb load. His last high carb up, or a couple days of carbs, was probably about almost a week ago now. So we'll probably run him low now for a good 12 days before we start filling him up when we get to Orlando. Because before we were only doing like 5 low and then 2 or 1 to 3 high. So now we'll basically be doing like 12 plus low. Getting drier, he's getting tighter. Just figured out that food allergy to the eggs. So I'm really excited about dialing him in. Welcome to the HD Muscle headquarters, or office. It is not yet complete, it's very rough. It's on the mezzanine at Pure Muscle and Fitness. This is where we all work. Yeah, we're gonna be fixing this up. It's gonna be pretty cool. Over here is gonna be like, actually this area over here, we're gonna make like a kitchen. It's gonna be a built out, nice kitchen for content, you know, all white, whatever. It's gonna look really sharp. Then over here is gonna be a studio for all the photographers, whether it's Steph, Alora, Mariah. So that's all gonna be here. And then we'll come over here, and this is gonna be like just like a chill lounge area. Again, this is very, very rough. We have not done anything up here yet. And then back here is gonna be all the offices, tables, where we all do our work. So they're just doing some Olympia planning. Rachel Pinder, Rachel is my wife, obviously we're gonna do that. And I am gonna get my post-workout underway. So post-workout for today, being a regular training day, I aim for 105 grams of carbs, very low fat, about 50 grams of protein. I was in a rush today trying to get here. I usually have my cereal. I'll do like a cereal, I'll do cream of rice. Anything that's very low fat and high carbs. So cereal, cream of rice, maybe I'll do like bagels with honey or jam. 105 grams of carbs. So today, I'm gonna do the Chips Ahoy cereal, which would be, this is upside down, 30 grams, 25 grams of carbs, so 100 grams of carbs would do about 125 grams. So I got my scale. It's gonna be quite a nice bowl of cereal. So, put some back, 125 grams there. And usually actually post-workout, because I'm so hungry right now, I've been eating chicken breast. And I'll do EAAs with that, eating my glutamine. And I also have my Crave here. But today I was in a rush, so I had to grab a Pro HD here. I was doing the isolate post-workout before, but because my appetite's so big right now, I prefer to eat. So I'll mix this into the cereal like milk. If I was having my chicken breast, what I actually do is I'll mix half a cup of water, and I'll mix it with the low-calorie almond milk. So I'll basically put half a cup of almond milk in it, and I'll shake it up, put it in the cereal, and I can't even tell that it's watered down. And I always add my salt to all my meals. I think it's Val's Himalayan salt. So that is my post-workout meal. I love the Maple Waffle Pro HD. It's one of my favorite flavors. This and the chocolate peanut butter. Obviously, if you have like an allergy to gluten or something like that, then you're not going to want to do white bread or maybe certain cereals and stuff like that. Again, this is all like, I know what works for my body. I test my blood glucose. I know how fast my body burns through carbs. And I'll do another video on the blood glucose monitoring, but that's a really good tool for you guys to figure out how many grams of carbs you can be having meal to meal, post-workout, because you don't want to eat so much that your blood glucose between meals is not dropping back down, and then you're compounding meal to meal. Your blood glucose levels are up. You're not going to be efficient. You're going to store body fat. So I'll definitely touch upon that in another video because a lot of you guys have been asking. I really appreciate all you guys' support. If you guys like this style of video with my clients, showing you guys a little bit into their contest prep, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Tomorrow I'm filming with Quentin, 6 weeks out from the Romania. Guys, please make sure if you haven't subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. When you guys comment, it gives me sort of ideas of what you guys are looking for, and I want to do my best to provide that content to you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and till next time. Well, till tomorrow. See you later.